Oh. 1 second, everybody. 1 second. What's up, YouTubers? All right. Hello, and good morning, Facebook land. What's up, YouTubers? How we doing out there? Thank you for joining me. As always, it's nice to see you. Connecticut Medical Marijuana Critic, Compound Concentrates and Coffee. We are here. We're up. We are on the air. It is your SunDaze edition. How you all doing out there? What is the good word? How's your day then? I know it's just started, but hopefully it's been good. What's up, Aaron? Nice to see you and you too. Day out here already. I love it. Thank you. Love you too. Hey, Christopher, what's going on? Thanks for joining us on Facebook. What's the good word? Once again, good morning, everybody. Hopefully you're having a good SunDaze. Beautiful out there. As I was saying, it is already. What's going on, Jay? How are you? Thanks for joining us on Facebook. It's already 85 degrees out here on the grounds of the compound in Orange, Connecticut. It's only 10:30. Yeah, 65% humidity. The winds have buzzed the station 7 miles an hour. Very mild. Today, tomorrow, starting your week out right. Tuesday, you're going to have 3 days of weather in the 90s. Mid-90s. Wednesday, a little bit of overcast, cloudy, dreary, drab. Thursday, Fridays, Saturday, long-range forecast into next Sunday. Beautiful sunny weather. So, I'm going to keep monitoring things. You know the routine. You know how it works. I'll let you know. But so far, there you go. Now, on this day, July 19th in 1954, Sun Records released the first Elvis Presley single, That's All Right. Now, it was a cover of Arthur Krupp's 1946 tune, That's All Right, Mama. Only about 7,000 original copies were pressed. However, the disc became a local hit in Memphis. Now, from 50s, we're jumping up into the 60s. In 67, the Beatles were sitting in the number one spot over in the UK on the singles charts. All You Need Is Love. that being the group's 12th UK number one single. Now, the Beatles had been selected to represent the UK for the first ever global wide satellite broadcast. The group agreeing to be shown in the studio recording a song written especially for the occasion, which ended up airing on June 25th. John Lennon wrote All You Need Is Love, which was thought to sum up the '67 Summer of Love and the Beatles' sympathies. Now, speaking of '67 again, Elvis Presley, working on his latest movie, Speedway, co-starring Nancy Sinatra, visited the MGM soundstage. Now, that being Presley's 27th film by that point. Pink Floyd in 1968, this date played a second of 3 nights at a Boston Tea Party in Boston, Massachusetts. Now, opened January '67 as a psychedelic club. Many artists. Grateful Dead, Neil Young, Jay Giles Band, Frank Zappa, Creed, Fleetwood Mac, Allman Brothers, Led Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix Experience, Jeff Beck, The Who, Santana, Taj Mahal, 10 years after, Sly and the Family Stone all appeared. That's a hell of a who's who. What's going on, Dawn? How are you over there in YouTube? What is the good word? Now, opening up our roadways, I was hoping to see no incidents, closures, or delays. What I am seeing here. Man. Already. East Lyme, Rocky Neck State Park, is already filled to capacity and closed. In Madison, Hammonasset State Park, already filled to capacity and closed. In Westport, Sherwood Island State Park, also filled to capacity and closed. Good morning, Janet. How are you, my friend? Nice to see you in Facebook land. I hope you're doing well. You found it. I see that. Of course there's Facebook. Don't be ridiculous. It's on Compound Concentrates and Coffee's page. All right. But wow. 3 parks already filled and closed. And it was 10:30. All right, I'm going to grab another track from Austin. We'll get into some other things, of course. You got a request? You know you do. You got a favorite song? You have a favorite genre? Something that's been kicking around in there? Shout it out. I take them. Let's go. This is called Mesmer. Austin Woodward and Adam Griffith. Don't forget the top of the hour. You got, JC's Power Hour. Welcome back, Janet. Good morning, my Smokeahontas. How you doing over there? What's the good word today? All right, there we go. That was Messimer. Now, Nico Fuzz, Willie Wisely, a little goo goo, na na na. Well, I could go for another coffee. 1 second, though. Ah, there you go. I can't complain. I cannot complain. Cheers, all. Fresh coffee. Ah, yes. Excuse me. Alrighty, a little bit of hip hop, brand new track. It's called Unstoppable.
Chopping up this green, guess I got a thing for bok choy. Ain't worry about your plate crazy. Put over with no ID, look like cocaine 80. Same kid with stripes like a ref's average shirt. Got the next magic verse, got my chest tatted first. Treasures, Antioch stores make desperate measures. Back when you had a one up, when your shirt said pledges. Was in the church like Elvis, was underground like shelters. Made a plan to get it and kept it together like welders. I'm living stress free, never catch me, never test me. Oh, no. I'm living stress free, never catch me, never test me. Oh, no. I wish you could see me now, I'm unstoppable. I wish you could see me now, I'm unstoppable. I wish you could see me now, I'm unstoppable. I wish you could see me now, I'm unstoppable. Whoa, 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 whoa. All black leather now, my vibe much better now. My tribe said I'm the one, my time feel extra now. My instincts dialed in, my senses is dialed up. My sentences chime in, they eyebrows rise up. I feel like a titan writing the scripture. My mind is touching the mixture, designing the holy picture. Reminisce on tradition, my fighting the heart with the knockout. Genesis definition of light when God told me pop out. With a smile on my face upon my arrival. It's a difference when racing for your survival. Think I'm poised to win it. Checker flags, waving Lipsiana, drinking Chardonnay with my little mama banging Rihanna. Icons of this time that we live. I'm facing my every fear. I'm taking time to be still. I'm breaking down every barricade as I wait at the pier. Still waters run deep and I swear it's great to be here. I'm learning patience this year, chasing greatness this year. I'm making statements before they happen, creating this year. I seen love leave and I seen hatred appear. And my ears adjust to the silence, the snakes I can hear. But it's never scary. The DNA of God hereditary. We all in the same class, but the lessons vary. Old school ambition, but painted extra cherish.
Sharing out the show, spreading the smiles, letting people know. You all know the routine. Got to put it on CopOutCockStraightsandCoffee.com. Got to update and simulcast it to Connecticut Medical Marijuana Critic.com. Number 2 in the hip-hop block. Some Vibe Yard, a tune called No Time for Panic. right, coming up next, I have Eyes Down in Acton. Jamie West Aura. We're going from hip hop to a little pop. What's going on, Robert? How are you? Thanks for joining us. Joining us from New York, eh? Hey. Right next door, as we are here live out of Orange, Connecticut. Compound Concentrates and Coffee, right from the beautiful and picturesque grounds of the compound. Yep. 3+ acres of beautifulness. It really is. Those who have seen the compound have been like, man, you live on a campground year round. I don't argue with them. I can't. Almost done with my shares. Thanks for your patience, everybody. All right, right around 10 minutes. Top of the hour at 11 p.m. Yeah, 11 a.m. Boy, I need that coffee. JC comes on out for the power hour. Sports and more. Once in a while, she tosses in some music. And what's going on, Chuck? How we doing out there? Nice to see you in Facebook land, like I said before. Thanks for joining us. And we have Robert, we have Diana, we have Janet. We had some other people over there in Facebook too. We got Jay over there. And of course in YouTube, we had Aaron, we have Dawn, my Smokahontas, always, always nice. So good to see you, I had to say it twice. All right, Eyes Down in Acton. Again, Jamie West Orem. Some people are like, man, you play music I've never heard. Well, yeah, that's what I try to do, is open your mind and turn you on to brand new stuff. And this is brand new material. It's songs you might not have heard before. Artists that I guarantee you most likely have throughout your day or your lives. On regular FM, on satellite, TV. Fuck, some of you may have even seen them in concert. Jamie here is the guitar player, if you've never heard me talk about him before. Well, he plays guitar and he creates unique sounds. He says, well, mostly on guitar, but not exclusively. Now, he writes, he arranges, and he records the original music like you heard here. Also, he does stuff with his mates in this little band. Little bitty guy. Yeah. The Fix. Yeah, that band. So, artists that you know, songs you might not otherwise have heard before. You know, I kind of like to try to turn people on to the B side of material. Thank you for the approval very quickly over there at 420 Society. I do appreciate that. Once again, I am the Connecticut Medical Marijuana Critic. This is Compound Concentrates and Coffee. Not really late night, but kind of apropos. It's first thing in the morning. Little Nick Gallant, this tune right here, again, late night. So what's the good word? I know what some of you got going on today, but how about the rest of you? What's going on? Anything good? I always ask, anything fun, a little exciting, thrilling, stupendous, maybe adventurous? Yeah. Just going out chilling in the yard even? I mean, again, beautiful day for it. Take advantage. Late night, Nick Gallant. Now I'm going to jump from rock. We're going to go into a little R&B. We're going to go with the artist Vault 49. This tune's called Get Loose. And a little friendly reminder, a little cheap plug. Don't forget, CC&C, Compound Concentrates and Coffee. We're brought to you, folks, by everybody you see up on the big board here. Great Minds Coffee Roasters, Nirvana CBD. You have Dank Fung up there. We've got Pasta Glass, as you see. They're all top sponsors of our show. A couple of them have been here literally since the beginning. 40 degrees Celsius, huh? Yeah, definitely no chilling there. That, Get Loose, Vault 49. Now, a little bit of country, A little bit of electronic, a little bit of hip hop, a little bit of jazz, a little bit of rock, a little bit of metal, a little bit, little bit, little bit. We have over 48 genres of music here on CC&C. A little bit of something, something, we hope, for everyone. This is Wind Power. Brian Weiscombe, some jazz. After this, a little bit of Plaid Pants and Peril, a little bit of JC for the Power Hour. A little bit of Plaid Pants in Peril. Hang out with JC. Kick back for the Power Hour. Told you she'd be here. Got your Power Hour, of course. Does it say you need to grab anything? You wanna, or you're gonna use these? Okay, cool. Again, not like I'm ever gonna tell you to stop shaking it on it. I'm out of here. I'll be back in an hour.
It seems to have coke around.
There is fur everywhere in this house.
There
It floats.
is. It does.
It's amazing.
It is.
See you, bud. Come on. Hey, come.
our buddy.
British. Yeah.
What's up, everybody, and how are we doing this wonderful Sunday? It is I, it is JC. It is JC's Power Hour. Put them together, and that's where you get it. It's a powerful hour of chit-chat, sports, and stuff. How do you like that? You like that one? I like that one. We'll run with that one. Come here, Boogie. Where's my little co-host? Where's my little co-host? What? Oh. And of course, no JC's Power Hour would be complete without Jace with the first. Mama's little co-pilot. And that is the wonderful song that I have taken as my theme song, Plaid Pants and Peril, by Global Genius. It just hits me. I love that song. Some songs just hit me a lot, and that's one of them. So again, hope everybody is doing well. Obviously, if I am here and if JC's Power Hour, it is. Pardon me. It is SunDaze. We are through another week. We are trying our best to make it through, trying our best to survive. And in the middle of all this fun stuff is sports. Sports. Good morning, Smokahontas. How are you out there? On top of all the sports stuff, there is people stuff, there is trying to heal stuff, trying to get back to a semi-normal way of life stuff. And we are here for all of it. And we will do our best to help you get through it. Also in the middle of all this, glad to hear it. Also in the middle of all this, there's a lot of areas of the United States. That was attractive. A lot of areas of the United States are being hit by heat waves. Don't worry, it's like his elbows on the table thing. It's a thing with him. He just snorted at you hardcore. But, where was I going before I was so rudely interrupted? I had a thought. Slippery little devil it is. Ah, yes. You getting it too up in Ontario, huh? Well, if you ever see my mother up in Canada, say hi. That's as close as I could get. But yeah, the heat wave is a coming, and it's a staying for some people, and it's elongated for others. Keep those of us that now are not only essential workers, but we are workers who are working in, you know, the thrillingness of stupid amounts of heat. your mail carriers who are in these tiny little boxes, I'll answer the question that we get 900 times a day for you. No, the old mail trucks are not air conditioned. No, we don't have anything to really cool us off but a 2-inch fan that really don't do shit. Yes, we know it sucks. Yes, it's hot as hell in there. Yes, we're crazy. Anything else? Anything else? No? Good. Okay. Next thing, postal related. There's a lot of talk right now because there's a new Postmaster General who, you know, I hear mixed stories about this person. But I'm just going to say, any of you who care about the post office and want it to continue, do this. Instead of going and getting a $5 coffee, once a week, spend $5 at the post office. Be it stamps, buy forever stamps. They are literally what they say. They don't go bad. If every person in America once a week spends $5 at the post office, you're going to help us out beyond reproach. Give it a shot. I can't get too political in here because obviously we don't talk about politics and sports in the sports realm. We don't talk about politics or religion on the show. So I'm just going to say, help out your post office, because helping it is going to help you. Because yes, we are delivering a ton of parcels. We still need you guys to use it for letters, for cards, for stuff like that. Have a pen pal. Write a card, send a card to one of your friends who lives, not across the street. I mean, hell, send one to somebody across the street. Works the same way, but I mean, help out a company that has been and is one of the backbones of this country before you end up losing it. You wouldn't want that, would you? And from everybody I talk to, nobody wants to lose the post office. So, give it the old heads up. If you have more questions, message me directly, and I'll talk with you about it. But I can't on here. Sorry, got an itch. Okay, this week in sports. Hey, you know what's happening this week in sports? Sports are happening. Sports are starting. Tentatively, cautiously, which I get. We gotta do this right. We gotta do it cautiously, but the fact that we're doing it is filling me with hope. Filling me with, we're gonna get through this. And much like any other time, I mean, there are games that are starting to play. There's already injuries. There's already talk. The baseball season is a tight 60 games. I mean, it has never been so damn short. But we're getting a season. Hockey is starting up. They're getting their season in. Again, crunch time. Who else? Major League Soccer also is getting going. Um, we are getting going. The whatchamacallit. Yeah, that. Exactly. The training camps for NFL football opening. Not having fans at the training camps yet, but the camps themselves are opening. Golf is playing. Tiger had a very rough Friday. Barely made the cut. So you see, things are happening. Things are going. And on top of all of that, WWE has a pay-per-view tonight. Still, WWE still isn't, what do you call it, doing live shows yet. You know, open the fans yet, but they are trying their damnedest, let me tell you. And a couple of storylines are interesting. A couple of them, in all honesty, are big flops. On Friday Night SmackDown, there was an awful lot of criticism on social media for how Naomi's been treated lately and how she's not getting shots, and you know, basically beyond coming up on the short end of the stick for a relative newcomer compared to her. And whereas, yeah, the veterans help the newcomers, you know, get out of the gate and stuff like that, they haven't been using Naomi to her full potential at all. And she is a fan favorite, and she is very energetic, very active, very athletic, and they really need to start using her before they lose her, you know, or before her fan base just gets fed up and dwindles, neither of which is going to be good for the WWE. Both from a business standpoint and a fan standpoint. I mean, right now, all the companies, WWE, Major League Baseball, hockey, they're all in. I mean, you know, again, as much as we love sports, let's not forget this is a business, and these businesses are losing money. These businesses are not doing well. They can't. There's nothing you can do. And again, you know, I'm not trying to cry boo-hoo for the billionaire companies, you know, when small companies are tanking even more. Believe me, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that, you know, everybody's trying to get going, so please don't get on that bandwagon. Oh my god, she's defending the millionaires. Yeah, whatever, I'm defending everybody. Nobody's really been able to hang in there well when they've been closed, and unfortunately, sure, a lot of places have gone completely under, unfortunately. What I am talking about is I'm talking about sports, because that's what I chat about. And again, I think I would say this next week or two, is gonna, I'm not sure setting the bar is the right thing to say, but it's gonna show how well some of these precautions are doing, how the fan bases are reacting. I'm right here, boo boo. And you know, I think I think I think I don't know what I think. But I do think we're gonna start to see the new norm. For a while, it's gonna be precaution over just willy-nilly people coming in, and that's fine. I mean, that's absolutely fine. Eventually we will get back to just, you know, crowds full of people. In the meantime, since a lot of it is not people actually going to the sporting events, support them any way you can, watching them, listening to them. Talk with the guys on social media. They reach out to a lot of their fans. Talk to these guys. Tell them you're glad that things are coming back. Tell them that you're glad to see them on the field again. Tell them thank you for coming back. Social media does work both ways, and even though these guys, that have hundreds of thousands of followers can't answer every person, they do see a lot of the comments. Especially, make sure that you're going to a verified account. Instagram and Twitter have their little check statuses to make sure it's a verified account. Talk to these guys. Tell them you missed them. Tell them that, you're glad to see them back. They're going to appreciate it. I mean, they really are. I mean, again, I'm a male person, and I get, a lot of those thank yous for being out there in this, and, it makes you feel good that people appreciate it. One of the, in baseball, one of the sticky wickets, the Blue Jays cannot play their home games in Toronto. This is one of those cases of, it's a rarity because, most sports are like all, American teams, but baseball does have the couple of Canadian teams, and right now the Canadian government is not on board yet with the travel back and forth to and from the games, which I could understand. They want to see how things go. So they're gonna have, there's a couple of places they could play their home games. They could do it at their training field in Florida, or they could do it in Buffalo at their AAA affiliate, which is kind of like a hop, skips, and a jump over the border. That's kind of close to where Canada actually is. I mean, ask anybody who grew up in Buffalo. They get a lot of snow off of that Lake Snow stuff, so. But we're getting it going. Again, I think it's kind of a normal step because they're going to want to see, you know, well, that kind of makes sense, Smoke Honest, because Toronto's like, you know, a bigger, busier place, so maybe, you know, they're doing it slower there, you know, for the influx of people. I mean, that kind of makes sense. So, again, I understand the, you know, erring on the side of caution. I do get that. But, you know, again, it's not like there are other places that they can't play and say it's their you know, their home games. And, you know, hopefully things go well. What are you trying to do? You know, hopefully things go well and we'll be able to press forward. I mean, I've said one of the things I worry about. I mean, obviously, nobody wants to catch COVID. Nobody wants to get sick. Nobody wants anything. I mean, freak! I got poison ivy. I sure as hell didn't want to catch that. But one of the things that worries me is after all the quarantine is said and done, people who basically lived in a bleach-filled bubble for 3-4 months are now going to be not susceptible specifically to COVID, but like when you live in that sterile bubble and then you go out into the world, you know, you get a scratch on your foot and get dirt in it, and all of a sudden you have, like, you know, your foot's ready to freaking fall off. So I worry about that kind of re-entry into the field. But again, it's one of those things where we're simply going to have to deal with it as it comes up. I mean, you could straight up just say we can't stay like this forever. People would like to, you know, I'm not saying, you know, I just see so much stupidity. I just see so much stupidity in the news the past, you know, weeks and months, and you know, I try not to talk too much about it, but it's hard not to talk about it in this day and age. On a unrelated, well, on a baseball note, the Pittsburgh Pirates catcher Luke Maile is going to be out for 10 to 12 weeks after surgery to repair a fractured right index finger. So I'm assuming my man's right-handed, you know. Normally that wouldn't be quite as bad, but 10-12 weeks is right now pretty much the whole season. So bad timing on that injury. So I don't see him. I don't have the calendar in front of me of the 60 days, but 12 weeks is 3 months. 60 games can be done in 2 months, you know, depending on how many days a week you play. I haven't, like I said, I don't have the full schedule right in front of me, but I'm guessing he's done for the year. You know, again, which sucks. You know, you haven't been able to play yet, and Oh dear. Again, I still am hoping that people are going to, that fans are going to be able to go to games. But everything is just so up in the air. One of the guys who tends to be, all the Watt brothers are very, I don't even want to say outspoken, but they're not shy. And in an interview, Texans, J.J. Watt said straight up that, the players want to play, but they need answers. And I think that just echoes, like, everybody in the country right now, and really everybody in the world right now. We need legitimate answers. We need we need to know what is working and what isn't. And I am not somebody who poo-poos science. I believe in science a lot. But right now, they don't have all the answers. Sometimes science doesn't get the answer for months or years. So, I mean, I'm sorry, does me sitting like that bother you? Do you want to cuddle? 1,000 pardons. Here. How's this? I'll turn like this so you could cuddle and I could still use my hand. How's that? Not better? Probably not, because I just took my whole arm out of your reach. Alright, give me a minute. We'll figure something out. I'll figure something out, don't you worry. Yeah. Dear Lord. Fed up with me already, huh? Well, let's move on. Try to keep positive thoughts here. And let's talk for the moment about tonight's WWE event. One thing I have definitely been impressed with WWE, because they don't have a full stadium of people and the crowds and whatnot. They've gotten very inventive. The AJ Styles Undertaker match just was a cinematic thing of beauty, and it really made that entire area just seem like one big wrestling ring. In no small way to AJ and Taker for putting on an excellent show and doing an excellent job. The ladder match at the WWE headquarters, again, that was entertaining as hell, and I thought it would be going in. When they said what they were gonna do, I thought it was gonna be entertaining going in, and even though my expectations were high, they blew it away even better than I thought it would be. And that's using their creativity, which unfortunately it seems like they have such good creative ideas, and then other times it just seems like they're stuck in such a rut. And that's very disappointing. They could come up with such great things, and then other storylines just seem to slog in the mud, and they really just they need to get their batting average up there. But one of the matches tonight which again has potential, and you gotta kind of like, even what the name of it's the name of the show is Extreme Rules, but you know they always have an Extreme Rules, so they changed it to the horror show at Extreme Rules. Gitchy, sure, but also potential. Can they do better? You know, can they do what they did with you know, the other pay-per-views and really just knock it out of the park? One of the main matches that I think they have the potential to do really well with. What are you trying to do? One of the matches that again, they could do this one, and I'm expecting them to, because it's the Wyatt Swamp fight. So it has the potential, just like the Taker and AJ match. It's not going to be in the ring. It has the potential to be this big cinematic thing, just like the Taker AJ match. And it's between the champion Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt, who, you know, Wyatt's been, you know, you know, I gotta say, for the longest time, Wyatt was not one of my favorite wrestlers. I mean, he's got skill and everything, but he wasn't up there on my list of the guys I like to watch. And ever since he's doing the, you know, that little split personality thing of doing his, you know, little pretend children's show, you know, the Firefly Funhouse. If nothing else, he has committed to this bit and he is enjoying it, because he's doing it really well and really creepy. But in the middle of all this, he is now gone back to basically mind games with Braun, since those of us who know, or those of us who do not know, Braun Strowman originated with Bray Wyatt, and you know, was part of his quote unquote family, part of his crew, you know, before he broke off and went on his own. So now it's, you know, the old school mind games. You'll always be a part, you know, you're always that person, you're always going to be a part of that. And so it's now going back to your roots, you know, fighting your demons, blah, blah, blah. Which is cool. It's cool because of who's doing it and where they're doing it. And, you know, Bray is become very entertaining to me and to many, many, many others. And this is one of those that has a real potential to knock it out of the park. And I honestly think no matter who wins, whether Braun keeps the championship or not, or Bray gets it back, I think this one is really going to be, it could be the highlight of the entire show. What do we got going here? What is going on here? Yeah, I know. Sorry, felt something on his nose. Another championship match. You see, this is one of the ones that I'm gonna put in the annoyance pile more than the good match pile. It's, you know, Drew McIntyre, who finally, you know, got his title. And the only reason I felt bad for him was he didn't get the cheers that he deserved, because he won at WrestleMania when there was no crowds allowed, when, you know, when they first started to have to do the things, you know, in-house. So he hasn't been able to enjoy the fan reaction because the fans are really behind him. And you know, it's another one of those, the wrestler they don't know what to do with, the wrestler they don't use properly, the guy that they just put in there to be annoying. That's Dolph Ziggler. Drew allowed Dolph to pick whatever the stipulation for the match is. And as of now, it still hasn't been disclosed. So it's probably going to be one of those disclosed right before the match things. So it could be anything. I mean, hell, Dolph could say it's a handicap match 10-on-1. I mean, it's just one of those where it's tiresome, because we all know in our heart of hearts, if Dolph wins, it's going to be one of those cheap-ass wins. It's going to be, oh, he had this guy backing him up. He did this. You know, it's never going to be wrestling on his own merits. It's never going to be, you know, hey, I outclassed this guy. Hey, I did a better job than him. It's going to be, no, it's going to be something cheap. It's going to be something cheesy that everybody's sitting there just rolling their eyes like, freaking seriously. And it is what it is. Now, over on the woman's side, Asuka is defending her championship against Sasha Banks. Again, should be a very good match. Sasha's actually talented. It's just her annoying gitches and her annoying, you know, her in-ring skills are good. I don't think her in-ring skills are as good as Asuka. I think Asuka's on a separate level. I think she's, you know, one of the higher tiers. But again, this is one of those matches where, you know, Sasha is tag team champions with Bayley, and Bayley has officially become one of the most annoying female wrestlers ever. I understand that, you know, some people, you gotta play the bad guy at certain points, but she's horrible as a bad guy. Some guys do it good. You know, some wrestlers do the whole bad guy thing really well. She doesn't do it good. She does it super annoyingly. And annoying could even work for people, but how do I phrase it? Her annoyingness isn't believable. How's that? Does that make sense? She's just not believable as a bad guy. I guess is the bottom line. It just... She's annoying as a bad guy. But she is annoying that also... Do not be surprised to see her get in the middle of the match and try to help her tag team partner also become champion. Of course, Bayley herself is also defending her championship against Nikki Cross, who... Nikki was better when she first came out. They kind of toned her down. And I think when they toned her down, they took a lot away from her. I guess they wanted her more focused. I don't even know what their motivation was. I mean, it's possible that she was a little rough around the edges with her in-ring skills, and that's why she was doing a lot of tag team matches, and that's why they had to have her, you know, become best friends with somebody, and, you know, Alexa was the one to do it. But it... it's just not working. I mean, in my opinion, I like her herself, but, you know, some pairings, some matches, some personalities don't go well together. You know, where's the old Rock and Sock Connection? I mean, that one was annoying and funny together, and that one worked. You know, we need something like that again, and we're certainly not getting it with the Bayley Nikki and the Bayley Sasha or the Alexa Nikki thing. We're just not getting it. But again, depending on whose match goes first, you know, in the actual lineup, don't be surprised to see either Sasha or Bayley help one another. And also, don't be surprised to see, not exactly a heel turn so much as just being fed up. Because a couple of times Bayley has kind of unintentionally screwed Sasha out of a win. So even though they're still tag team champions together, I'm waiting for that turn. I think that turn is coming. And tonight would be as good a night as any for it to happen. Okay. Now here's a match that I don't know. I mean, certainly the title is cute. Rey Mysterio versus Seth Rollins, eye for an eye match. Sure, it's sketchy, and, you know, supposedly Seth injured, you know, Mysterio's eye against that stair. You know, those of us who know better, you know, obviously Mysterio had a problem that needed to be worked on, so we had to fix that. But all this, I really think, is a lead-in. I think it's a lead-in that Mysterio's son is like working his way into the business, and is being the stand up for his dad kind of guy. And I think that's one of the ultimate goals of this whole thing between Seth and Mysterio. And this is another one where it just really upsets me in the wasted potential of Seth Rollins. This whole Monday Night Messiah deal has just got to go. I mean, he is such a better wrestler than this. He is such a better on-screen character than this. He has really good mic skills. He has a lot of good potential. And this game that he is playing is just not working. I mean, sure, it's got to run its course, I guess. They don't like just pulling a shtick halfway through. But I really hope. I think this whole match is just going to be one clusterfuck of, betrayal and other people involved on top of another. And I just don't see any thrilling stuff going. But we'll see what happens. The other title match is Apollo Crews, who is the U.S. champion, against MVP. I gotta give it up to MVP for even being involved. I mean, he was out for a long, long time, away for a long, long time. But, yeah, it's another one of those things where I just see a lot of betrayal coming, and a lot of crapola coming. Again, that one I'm not thrilled about it. I'm not thrilled about it at all. But again, I do think the star match of the night is gonna be Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt. I think that's gonna be the hot spot to watch. I think that is gonna be I think that is gonna be probably they'll end the show with it. That would be the last show, I would think. And because honestly, if they put it first, I really think they'd be setting the bar too high for themselves. And then I think that they'd pretty much be screwed. But again, I give the WWE all the credit in the world for trying to keep everything going. Don't mind me just looking something up. Speaking of fans in attendance, next month it's hard to imagine, but next month is August already, and August is SummerSlam, which is the second biggest pay-per-view, second biggest event for the WWE. Tentatively, it is scheduled in Boston. It's still listed as to be determined. It is still, I think, a lot of this has to do with how all the other sports that are out and about, how are they doing? I did mention a few weeks ago that when the casinos started to open, they weren't even, testing people as they walked in one at a time. They have these big, thermal thingamabobs, that as people are walking through the doors and walking in, they're checking their temperatures. I think that might be prudent to be a normal safeguard for any of the events going forward. It's really not the worst idea to keep them there even after COVID, because even, people with normal, like, quote unquote, a normal flu, we push we push ourselves to go out, and some people will go to an event knowing that they're sick and pushing themselves and possibly getting other people sick just with a regular virus, not a pandemic level virus. So I am quite certain that they really, really, really want to do it. Whether they're going to be allowed to, whether they're going to have a protocol in place to be able to, that remains to be seen. But I am sure they're going to try, because to have the second biggest event after you lost, WrestleMania being out there, you're not going to want to lose SmackDown too. And again, I'm going to say this for everything that it's worth, and for everybody to keep in mind. As things do start to open, don't be an asshole. And you know, I'm all about freedom of speech, and I'm all about freedom of this and freedom of that. And yes, it is your absolute right if you refuse to do something. Keep in mind, it is also a stores, a venues, any. It is their right to set the rule that if you don't follow their rules, you're not allowed in. Just like you're not allowed to come into my private house without my permission, you're not allowed to go into their business if you're not following their rules. So can we all just play like grown-ups? If you don't want to comply, don't go. Don't ruin it for everybody else. You know, I am an admin in several groups on Facebook, and it's amazing how one or two idiots will try to ruin it for everybody just because they don't want to follow the set rules. You know, and we've seen it here. You know, the rule is no talking politics, no talking religion, and it hasn't happened, you know, for a while, but people will try to break that rule. People will try to talk in chat. People will try to be abusive in chat, even though that's one of the rules that obviously will get you booted. So yes, you are free to make an asshole out of yourself. You're not free to do it inside a venue that does not belong to you. Y'all want the world to go back to normal? Do your best to help get it there. If they say do X, Y, and Z so you can come in and do the show, do X, Y, and Z. Just freaking do it. We all want to go. We all want to see shit. We haven't been able to do shit for months. We can't even go to the damn mall. We can't even, you know, go to shows. Go to games. Just everybody grow up. Everybody do what you're supposed to do. And once that's done, hopefully life gets back to normal. I mean, do you like normal? Like just a little normal? Just a teeny tiny bit? I mean, granted, normal's in the eye of the beholder, but you know what I mean. Sports are trying to get back there. On the other side of the field, musical venues are trying to get there. I know that there are things that we normally see almost every year that I haven't heard a confirmation on them being there yet. We normally go see Trans-Siberian Orchestra. None of these things have been scheduled yet. We normally go to the casino to see Fluffy. He was scheduled. Don't know if it's going to happen yet, but he was scheduled. But let's rock and roll, people. And remember, be good to each other, be good to everybody. Be good to the essential workers, because you want to know something? Yes, we're lucky we have our jobs. Yes, we like our jobs. Yes, this, yes, that. No, we're not getting hazardous pay. No, some of us don't feel completely appreciated. And for the love of God, we're tired. Okay? Seriously, we're just tired. Just everybody be nice to everybody. Just stop being jerks. I mean, seriously. I see a lot of niceness in the world, and I see a lot of people just being jerks. Can niceness please outweigh the other? Can we please just do that? I mean, we have so much potential to do good. And, sometimes, as the song goes, sometimes you need a kick in the ass. Sometimes you want to be the one giving the kick in the ass. Bless you. Had to sneeze your way in? You got that face like you might have another.
No. Audio.
I hope you all have a wonderful chatty day. I turn the chair back over.
What's a good word, everybody? What's happening? What's going on? How's things? Connecticut Medical Marijuana Critic, thanks for hanging out. Compound Concentrates and Coffee, your SunDaze edition. The 19th of July. Alright. I'll get over here. Pick things up. Let's go. One of the tunes from Heavy Gravel Guild. What's a good word, everybody? What's happening? All right, again, Heavy Gravel Guild. They're new to us. We had the first tune of What You're Going After, and then, boom, this one hit us. I'm definitely thirsty for more. I dig it, I do. All right. Poison Oaks with a tune called Many Birds. Again, what you heard, Many Birds, The Poison Oaks. A studio experiment for the singer, the songwriter, and even fiddler, Laura Cortez. She was focusing on the process of making art and experimentation. Now, I'm watching our time. We have, round about 15 minutes, and then we get into some trivia for anyone who wishes to. Again, yesterday, Facebook getting on the board, preventing a shutout. They did have 3 points by the end. However, YouTube had 10. Well, they've been rocking it. All right. This, The K Club, featuring Colton Lee and Jaquire King. A little bit of rock, a tune called Trigger Happy. kicking track there. Again, it's called Trigger Happy. The artist, the K Club. We got a lot of stuff from them, actually. When you go over and you do a little search, what you end up finding, I'll tell you. We've got some electronic, we've got jazz, we've got rock, we've got pop, Latin, East Asian. Nope. Wait. I want just the K Club here. Okay. So, under just the K Club, electronic, jazz, rock, pop. Yeah. There we go. A little bit of jazz. A tune called Blind Dates. Alrighty. Put some bagels in the toaster. My tummy's grumbling. Again, this was the Inner Circle of Jaquire King with Spencer Thompson with the K Club. Good K Club, man. They are all over the place. Very talented, obviously. All right, little funk for the 1%. This comes to you from the artist Brent Bourgeois. Go to BrentBourgeois.com. Grab my stuff out of the toaster. Be right back. Right here, everybody. Got a little funk for the 1%. Now, gonna hit some Kingston funk. This is Rhythm Roots All Stars featuring Black Shakespeare.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing a new system. And the new system is from the art, from the start. Yes, it's a blessed life. Every man got his own fight, you know.
Linda.
Birds fly in the sky. They're singing your name today. What time we spending in this place? We got a certain amount of grace, right? Every man got his own fight, you know. Yes, it's a blessed life.
All right, Kingston Funk. Now, New Funk Nation. Jason Eskridge, Charlie Peacock. But hey, at least you're up. Your eyes are open. You're able to puff a little something, something, right? So that's a good thing, Dan.
Long live the funk. Funk it makes the world go round. Long live the funk. Funk it makes the world go round. It's always existed. Down with the Pinocchio and the broke equation.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it.
Long live the funk. Funk it makes the world go round. Keeps on spinning. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Long live the funk. Funk it makes the world go round. How you gonna live without the funk? How you gonna live? Step away from that. Go down from previous pyramid height. Step into the light zone of the neutronic center in the jam of light and beauty and fun.
One more as we run Funk Street. I will be literally right back, Wall. I'm just going to go brush my teeth. I'm not going to be gone. You know, I'm not doing a 20-minute break. I've already been gone. I'll do my teeth when I get back. Trivia.
Every day I got a chance to make some new moves. If you really feel the vibe, gotta get in the groove. But yo, it ain't nothing to it, better get on down. It's a funk revival when we in your town. All around, they know the way it goes. I've been known to throw down with them crazy flows. Party people, get your friends and fam. Just let the beat ride to the funky jam. Taking my team to the top, it's an endless boogie with a hip and a hop. Look up at the stars, you can feel the flow. Now where you wanna go, we're gonna steal the show. Let loose, be free, don't worry about me. I'll do the same for you as you can truly see. Whole squad in the spot and we loving it up. Put that mojo on it, can't have enough. From the front to the back, feels so electric. A worldwide party and you won't forget it. So connected to the soul collective. When you wake up, best believe you won't regret this. A dream we all need is in the beat. No place like home, it feels so unique. The party's over here and the party's over
What's happening? Click the button on the trivia wheel. Gonna kick it off with a little Emmy Phelps, a little Daryl Anger with a tune called Little Things. CC&C's Trivia Challenge. Good luck to all who play. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all the other places in which we're at.
Baby, I love you 'cause you know that it's true. Got me thinking about you all that. It's those little things, the little things you do.
Where do pine nuts, often used to make pesto, come from?
It's your touch in the morning, kissing that. Love how you move me, hold me so tight. It's those little things, the little things you do. Oh, baby, just you do me like you. Baby, you can't stop the rain, but I'm warm just thinking of your smile. Darling, there are no words to explain. For you, I'll walk 100 miles. For sure.
Good morning, everybody. Once again, where do pine nuts, often used to make pesto, come from?
Always fix my coffee just the way that I like, and you always answer when I call. Even though you cover up those little things, ain't nothing about you is small. This world is so crazy, makes me sad, makes me blue.
Well,
You're here beside me.
you're absolutely correct.
Get through back to those little things.
That is why I say, even if you don't know, guess. Yeah, they come from pine cones. It's not even a joke. While pine nuts traditionally, the ones preferred for pesto, were imported from Europe, they were harvested from Italian stone pine. Now, increases in global demand and even skyrocketing prices have now shifted over to our American market, to less expensive Asian varieties, which the Korean pine is most important. Yeah, they come from pine trees. You're on the board. Good job, you two.
You never grew up without closing that old cake. I changed your strings. Flowers by the bed. Make the shouts.
This world is so broken, makes me sad, makes me blue. You here beside me, I know just what I'm gonna do. I'll do the little things, the Get you on your way, gotta let it go, no more left to say. Gotta get you in the deep where the water be, baby. Drown you in the love. Gotta get you on your way, gotta let it go.
All right. On the album The Real Thing, Faith No More covered a Black Sabbath song. What song did they do?
I've been walking down the street, watching where I go. Skyline is haze.
That's cool. I was up until 3:30-ish, quarter to 4, when I finally went to bed. I do an average 19-hour day. I have for over 30 years. I always tried to force myself to get your regular sleep. Nah, didn't work for me. Now, come on. You're going to tell me you don't know what song Faith No More covered from Black Sabbath? They actually did a good job. They did it justice. I'll give them that. I'm kind of shocked. I was looking for War Pigs. Yeah, Faith No More covered War Pigs. They actually did a really good job with it. Alright, gonna let this track finish out. I'll have the question with the next song. There we go. Little Mystery Road. No, we're not doing that one again. All right, we're going to do a little Hyde and Eddie, this tune. It's one of the ones I call the Lost Stevie Ray Vaughan tracks. Comes from Jamie West Oram. And I have another question. What TV show did Eli Manning host in 2012? All right. Maybe they're off somewhere. Brutus, stop. Stop. Hello, my chasers. right, I'm getting responses, but not what I'm looking for. There we go. We Blew Smoke, Jamie Westorm. All right, well, I had a question. Nobody got. I'm actually going to hold on to the answer on that one. That's a pretty good one. What film featured the song Happy? Looking for Despicable Me 2. Whose 2018 LP was titled I Like Fun? Little chugga blues. I'm gonna just put that away. Let's see. Long Days. It's a tune from Global Genius. I will be right back, everybody. Alrighty, looking at the time, actually, it's 12:57. I'm going to be jumping out of here. We have a place that we have been watching, we have been wanting to check out for the longest time. And the other day, a sign was posted that they're actually going to be open only from 1 to 3:30. So, I'm going to give you an Austin track, and then I'm going to give you This Is Where I Get Off. I'm not going to find Austin in blues, although one of these times I just might. I mean, he's all over the place. A tune called Temperamental. Temperamental. This is where I get off. Thanks for hanging out with me for a SunDaze edition, everybody. I do appreciate it. right, everybody. Again, thank you for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. Hey, life, shit happens. I'll see everybody tomorrow. Now, tomorrow afternoon, I will not be on for normal time. Your afternoon show. It starts at 4-ish. 4 o'clock. I'm being inspected by the health department over there at my ice cream shop. Hopefully, we're going to be opening the doors very, 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 very soon. So, I'll see people in the morning, though. You be good, you stay safe. Enjoy the rest of this day. I want to see you tomorrow. Much love and respect from CC&C and me, the Connecticut Medical Marijuana Critic. Peace, everybody. Much love.